Hello, my Front Burner Tribe. Nikki Willis here with another episode of the Front Burner Podcast. I am so happy that you have decided to join me today, and I have another special guest for you. I have Amanda Mundo here. Amanda, say hey to the ladies.
Hey everyone!
Now, ladies, if you have been hanging with me for a while, you know that she is no stranger to this particular podcast, but I have brought her on to talk about SEO today. All right, we are going to get our lives. We are going to talk about all things SEO. We're going to get more traffic to our websites. So I want you to stay tuned. Here we go.
Hey, ladies. Welcome to another episode of the Front Burner Podcast, where we help mamas take their dreams, passions, and side hustles off the back burner, put them on the front burner, make money, and manage their households. I'm Nikki Willis, a Christ follower, wife, mom of 3, and an entrepreneur who started with nothing but my kids' toys and turned it into a 6-figure business. I'm a self-proclaimed anti-supermom, and each week I'll challenge you with my stories, tips, hacks, and a little bit of humor to make sure you put yourself on the front burner. Why? Because the world needs what you've got cooking. So, honey, this is officially part of your me time regimen. Relax, listen up, and let's get started.
Okay, so before we get into it, I got a few announcements. I want you to make sure that you are subscribed to my brand new YouTube channel. All you have to do is search Nikki Willis, that's NICCIWILLIS, and that will be my channel. Hit that subscribe button, and every time I upload a video, you will get notified. If you prefer the audio version, you can head over to NikkiWillis.com. That's the easiest way. Click on podcast, and then you can find all the places where this particular podcast is being streamed, and hit that subscribe button, and then that particular episode will be sent to you as well. If you are really interested in becoming a Front Burner Tribe member, you can do so by heading over to Facebook. You can search the Front Burner Tribe group, and it's a private group specifically for mompreneurs. And in there, we go a little bit further, talking about things from the podcast. We are helping each other. We're giving each other information and advice on business and parenting and even some of our marriages. And we have a really good time in there. So head on over to Facebook, click on that join button, and you can be a part of the tribe as well. Okay, all the church announcements are done. Let's get into it. Amanda, welcome. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I am doing well, my dear. As you know, as a mom yourself, there's the homeschooling and all of those wonderful things and business running and all the things together. And here we are. I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Oh, yay. I'm so happy you're here. Amanda, you came on last time, and we had a wonderful time. And so as you have continued in your expertise in understanding all things social media, you also have an expertise in SEO, which I think is fabulous. And so for those of you who are just now finding out who Amanda is, I'm going to read her bio. Okay, so Amanda, I'm going to read your bio and let all the ladies get to know who you are. So, ladies, this is Amanda Mundo. She is a mompreneur dedicated to not only running her business, but also taking care of her 6-person household. Yes. All right. So after 15 plus years in corporate America, Amanda and her husband thought it would be best if she become a stay-at-home mom with her 4 beautiful kids. And so although she stays at home, she, like many of us, have that entrepreneurial spirit, a love for business, and that really just never went away. So soon after, she decided to create her own administrative virtual assistant business called Thank You Oodles. That's when I met you. And after a couple of years of helping other businesses with their back-end tasks, many of her clients needed a presence on social media. So Amanda's the bomb. She learned that too. She learned the ropes of all things social media. And after providing successful results, she decided to niche down into social media management. She since then has rebranded, and now her business is called Social Hero Brands. I absolutely love that. If you've ever seen her logo, which you will, I'm going to have all that in the description. The logo has the woman with the cape, which I love that. We all need a hero for our social media, right? But she currently provides services in social media, in SEO, in website development, business listings, and reputation management. Amanda loves that she can bring cohesive branding to her clients and provide a stellar presence for them anywhere online. So, welcome, Amanda.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I mean, I'm all about, like you said, cohesive presence. That was what happened to a lot of my, clients. They would come in, and yes, social media is like a part of the puzzle, right?
Yeah.
But if your website isn't converted to if your website isn't at a certain level where it's converting people when they click, then your social media is great, but then no one's converting on your website, right?
Yes.
Or nobody's finding your website, which we're going to talk about today, which comes in with the SEO. So all of these things really go together. It's a big pie, and there are so many pieces, and that's why gradually my business expanded, and I began to be able to give all my clients the whole enchilada, they say. So
I love it. That's so good. So I'm the type of person, I've got a handle on social media. I've gotten to a point where I can run my social media, and I'm pretty consistent. Ladies, my gals will probably be like, okay, girl, but you can do more. But I'm pretty consistent as far as what I can manage. But honey, when it comes to SEO, and I'll let you define what SEO is, but when it comes to SEO, I immediately become overwhelmed. So can you tell us what SEO is? Some of the ladies that are listening or watching might not know what it is, and just talk a little bit about what it means, what it does, all that stuff.
So SEO, or search engine optimization, is really the process of growing the quality and the quantity of website traffic by increasing the visibility of a website or a web page, so users can just find them pretty easily. And SEO refers to the improvement of organic results. So we're excluding ads, we're excluding purchasing, that top thing, because when you think about it, and when I think about it, when I search for something on Google, right?
Yes.
And Google is king, everyone. Google is king right now. I mean, if you're not on Google, your efforts are kind of
where the heck are you?
Right. But when I go onto Google, and everyone think about this as you're listening, the first thing I do, I look for something, and I see the ads, and I'm like, I'm going beyond the ads, and I go to the organic website that is on the first page. That to me is the most important thing, because I know that Google trusts this website, and people trust this website because it wouldn't be here organically if they didn't.
Right.
And so it means a lot. It means a lot to have that optimized.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. Like, and actually, they're kind of annoying when I see those ads. Like, if I'm Googling something and then I see, the first 5 things are ads, that drives me insane. I mean, listen, I'm not knocking Google for making their coin. Okay, get your coin, Google, the way you want to get it. But that to me, it's like, they purchased that spot. So how can I trust that? I immediately scroll down to the top one. That way I know, okay, this person earned that spot. They didn't buy that spot. So how important is it? We all want to be on that first page, but truly, how important is it to be on that first page of Google?
So let me put it in this perspective. When someone tells me numbers, I can really gauge and understand what it really means, right? So think of it like this. 84% of searchers like us skip paid ads and click on organic search results. 84%. Google is everywhere in the world, right?
Yes.
And so if 84% of the population who go online skipped paid ads to click on the organic search results, then that tells you a lot. Yeah. But let me give it to you from another perspective. 90% of people never scroll to page 2. So does everyone just skip the ads, no one hardly goes to the second page. Wow. So if you're not on page 1, no one's really looking at you. Your visibility isn't there, right? Okay. So, and then 61% of the clicks go to the top 3 organic lists. So if you're top 3, you still have a better chance than anyone on page 2. And then 33% of the clicks go to the number 1 organic position. So you're really thinking of it, because if you have your business on Google, they always give you, like, if you set it up for, Google My Business, if you have that set up, where people can do their reviews and stuff, it gives you a report on how often, people are going to your site on Google. So really, it's that effort. And honestly, I mean, to get to that place, you have to earn it. Back in the day, maybe you could say 10, 15 years ago, it was really easy to get to page 1. Yeah. But now there are a lot of,
I've been in business for a while, and I would agree. It was like, oh, okay. You started my old business, Party Cities, and I was like, right there.
Yeah. And this is the thing. From that comment that you just made, like when you put in your business name, you're going to come up on the first, because usually your business name is yours. Right. You want people to find you by the services you provide, right? So if I say, for me, it's my industry is definitely saturated. There are a lot of website, social media, and all those people around, right? So if I put in here Las Vegas social media management company, and I'm not showing up, then people aren't going to find me under that name. They're not going to find me under that service locally, or you can even go into being nationally recognized. But again, that takes time, takes money, it takes all of those things.
Yeah. So when you talk about taking the time, I think, with Instagram, with Facebook, you can almost get like those immediate results, right? Once you posted something in a day, you can see how many people have, clicked on it, have engaged, all that stuff. With SEO, it's a bit different, at least how I understand it. And getting the results of becoming, being on the first page or being top 3, on average, how long does that take?
On average, a good SEO company can get you organically and trusted through Google in 6 months. It's a long game. It's not something, like I said, back in the day, you might be able to get in there after a month and you're like, woo, I'm there.
Right, yeah.
But now think about it too, since the pandemic, everyone's virtual, right?
So true.
Everybody got a website now. If they didn't then, everybody has it now. So honestly, when you have to put the work in for Google to trust your website. Trust that, there's a whole long process, which, and I can go over it once we get to that point, and I won't make it really long or anything. But
well, let's get into it, because I'm sure ladies are like, okay, well, what is it? Like, what's the process? And I'm a step 1, step 2, step 3 girl. Like, just, give me the list. So and I know it's a lot, but maybe a couple of things or a handful of things that it takes. What's the process look like?
Okay.
The SEO process look like?
So, like with my company, it's 86% of the people that we have for SEO, we can usually get them to page 1 in about 6 months. It's a 5-step process. And the great thing and we will talk about, I know later, like what someone should expect when they hire someone for SEO, because that's a part that drives me crazy, but we'll get there. Get there. I'm not going to let my passion, get too far. But we go into 5 steps. So the first step is we do a website audit and keyword selection. A lot of people don't understand how important it is to take the time to, first of all, make sure that your website is functioning properly. Because, as you go along, things change, and sometimes people forget that they have to update their website. So we have to go in there and make sure that's all together.
And one of the things, let me just stop you there. One of the things I can't stand is when I click on something and then it gives you that 404 page error.
Yes.
That drives me insane.
Like, why is your link broken?
Yes,
This should not happen.
yes, and it almost makes you feel like it diminishes how you feel about the company or
Yes.
the person or the brand you've been following. It just so word to the wise ladies, just make sure you know all the links are live. You know everywhere
Yes.
where pages are being directed, and you're right. Like over time, these simple websites get bigger and bigger and more complicated or complex. You got to just make sure those links work. You have to make sure they work.
And I got to tell you something that actually affects your SEO. Google, so what something a lot of people don't know is that Google goes and checks out everybody's website. Like, I believe it's every 3 months, every quarter, Google will check out your website and see where you're at, or every month. No. I'm sorry, once a month.
Okay.
They're hitting up your website and they're actually checking your website to see if links work, to see if the functionality is right. Because again, you're building trust with Google. They're going in there and checking to see
they want to check if you're legit.
Yes. So if your links aren't working, if things are all, they're not going to promote you into that page. You really have to invest. If a website is what you have, a pretty website is great and all, but it's just don't sit there and just be like, what are those pretty paperweights?
Right. It's
just
sitting
there looking
there.
pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a desktop screensaver.
Exactly. That's it. It's not investing. It's not making money for your business. A website should be functioning to make money for your business, not for people just to come in and get some information and go off, because then you're just wasting money really on a website. You could do that on social media, or you could do that, at any other place, honestly. So moving on, the keyword selection, and that's encompassed with the website audit. You want to make sure that you are really thinking about what you want your audience to find you by, right? Whatever your business is, you want to say, okay, what, and it's not just you thinking in your head. I mean, you actually have to research it and say, hey, what is popular? What's a popular thing that people are looking for? So that's what we would do. The next step, and so that's happening like in month 1 to 2, right? We're figuring all that out. Then the next step is on-site optimization. So we have to make sure that all the content, all the HTML source codes of your website are correct. And so this helps build relevance, so Google and other visitors to your website easily understand what you do. So then it has to be clear. What is it that you do? The next step is off-site optimization. So we have 2 steps to this. We have the front and the back, the on and the off. So that promotes your business online through quality content. So yes, I'm pretty sure you're probably thinking, oh, like blogs and, directories and links. So this shows that you are a trusted source for the services or product that you're marketing. So you want to make sure that you have this quality content on your site. And then real-time reporting. You'll have like 24/7 account. You should have account access to see the work that's being done to your site. So you want to make sure that the people who are working on your site are doing what's supposed to be done consistently. So there has to be this consistent work that happens every month, or it's just going to take longer and longer and longer. And that's when we're going to get into what you should expect from people who do services. And then we're maintaining your page 1 rankings and to expand your reach with new keywords. So we've established those current keywords that we wanted, right? Now we can go in and add new keywords, which are going to even broaden your visibility that much more. So the process can go on. But one thing I could tell you is once you reach that page 1, say if you decided to just stop SEO altogether, you're like, okay, whew, that was a lot. I had to do
I made it to page 1.
Yeah, I made it. If you were to stop and just stop all SEO efforts, don't find any more keywords, don't do anything, that doesn't mean that you're going to just drop off of page 1. Okay? That investment that you've made for those 6 months are going to carry you for quite a while. Now, how long? I can't tell you that, but I can tell you it's not overnight. It's just like if you were a fitness trainer, in fitness, and you built all this muscle, if you were to start just eating terrible the next day, it doesn't mean that all that muscle is going to go right away. It's definitely a degeneration over time, because if other people are still pursuing the efforts, eventually they're going to meet you and then pass you up. So just think of it in that way, you know?
Okay.
So if you wanted to, like the money you invested to get into page one, you're like, okay, I got there, and now you just want to get that revenue and maybe
Yeah.
take a break and, you know, put that money elsewhere. That's perfectly fine. But you
Okay.
still want to keep that in the back of your mind to say, okay, maybe I should get back on my SEO to make sure I keep my spot.
Okay. All right. That's good though, that there's some kind of an endpoint at some point when you've
Yes.
made it to the front page or to the first page. Then you can kind of ease up just a little bit though, not
Mm-hmm.
fall off all the way, but ease up just a little bit because you put in that work at the front end,
Mm-hmm.
and you can, in a sense, enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
almost like real estate. It's not real estate in your sense, but real estate as in you have a place that's
Okay.
yours because you've earned it. You've paid for that. You've done all of that work
Right.
to have that property there
Okay.
digitally.
Right. Does it help to continue to, let's say, if you're a blogger or if you have a blog on your website, does that help to continuously blog, you know, even after you've made the page one?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That just keeps the content going. And you,
Okay.
by that point, understand what your keywords are. You understand what you should be making sure you include once or twice in your blog
Yeah.
to keep that going. And then you're going to notice that more people are finding you online. I mean, you're going to see the traffic is going to be just, I mean, you know, the traffic, if it's done right and it's strategized correctly, your traffic is going to go way up. So yeah, the initial investment is definitely important.
Okay. So let's get into, because I heard you talking about it, and I want the ladies to know, when you're going out to hire
Yes.
an SEO expert, what should they be expecting? Go ahead and give us your pet peeves, honey. Let it all out. We want to know so we don't piss off somebody or we don't come in with the wrong expectations when we're looking to, you know, build our SEO portfolio. I'm using the wrong words, but what should our expectations be when looking for a professional?
So, and this is coming from, I actually just did a webinar about SEO because too many times I've had clients come to me who were burned by prior SEO servicers, companies who were giving them SEO. So after everything, so I want to give you an example so you understand why my passion is so high in regards to this. This woman was paying, now I told you guys 6 months, right? 6 months, we can get you to page one. This woman was paying someone to do SEO service. She didn't understand what that meant, honestly. She just knew that it's supposed to increase her visibility on her website, okay? Right. She was paying a pretty substantial amount in SEO services, and she had hired this person in January. I spoke to her in August, and I look at her SEO report and what this person was supposed to do, and this poor woman was still on page 10.
Oh, 9 months? Good.
Yeah.
Great.
And
8 months?
8 months, yeah. Yeah. And there were no expectations. There was nothing said. There was no, hey, this is what happens months 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. There was no transparency in the work that's being done. So for instance, like with my company, and that's why with my team of people, the transparency is so, you know, it's very vital for us, because we want you to know your money that you're paying us is going towards this result.
Yes.
And if we're not at that result, either there's a reasoning where we're letting you know, hey, this is what's happening. That's why we have such a high percentage of 86% of people we can get onto page one by 6 months, right?
Wow.
Again, it is a long game. Sometimes there are different industries and niches that don't convert as easily, as fast, because, you know, we really have to go through the strategy of finding the best keywords for the people that, you know, are looking for them. But again, those are that 14%, right?
Right.
So that's what it should look like. You should have expectations. The person servicing your SEO should be able to give you these expectations and say, this is what I'm going to provide you, and this is what I'm going to make sure that your website has. And by the end, I should be able to tell you, I should have this many, you know, you on this page by this time.
Do you also talk to your clients about, you know, if you're just doing the SEO, do you talk to them about their website as well and saying, hey, listen, if I'm going to send these people over to your website, you need to make some changes? Like, do you talk to them about that too? Just so that, you know, again, they're really getting their money's worth. I think you said at the beginning, if you're sending people to a website, but it's like hitting a brick wall and they're not converting, are you sharing with them, hey, I've got some ideas for you on that as well?
Always,
Okay.
always. So if I'm doing a social media client, and I'm looking and we're seeing that there were like 250 clicks to their website,
Yes.
and I asked them, okay, how many people have converted on your
Yeah.
end?
Who's buying?
And if they say like 15, there's a problem.
Right.
There should be enough there where you're getting email addresses, or they're converting into clients. Something's happening.
Yes.
And when it's like that, then we're like, okay, we need to look at the strategy of social is working, but the website, something isn't working. The bridge is broken somewhere. They're falling off. So what do we do? What do we need to do to make that happen?
Right.
And
that's so good.
Yeah, excuse me. So that's where it comes in.
Yeah, like you said, it's the whole pie.
Yeah,
it's the whole pie. But SEO is a huge part of that pie.
it's a huge part. It's a huge part. Because I mean, I'm sorry. The first thing I go to is Google when I'm looking something up.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
like the phrase is coined. Google me.
Yes.
Everybody goes to Google. Everybody Googles whatever it is they're looking for, whether it's a recipe or, advice on something, or how to, or a shoe being purchased, or a dress.
Mm-hmm.
It starts on Google. And
yes.
I think that's really important, not just to have your SEO together, but have it a part of the whole pie. So your your website, your social media, all of that needs to be one, cohesive, and then it needs to be making you some money, right? That's ladies, listen, if you're not making money, then I'm not doing my job here. I'm trying to bring you experts to help you in different areas of your business so that you can make money. And that's what this is about. So let's talk a little bit about if, let's say there's a lady that's starting off, a mompreneur, maybe she's just starting her business. She's got a website, she's got a social media presence. She's not quite ready to hire someone in SEO, but she knows that she needs to do something. And there's, little SEO wizard type things on whatever platform she's using. What are just a couple of things that a new mompreneur could do to increase traffic to her website that she could do just on her own?
So, and I can speak to this because I started just that way. Yeah. And I could tell you the first thing you want to do is audit your website, right? Do your own website audit. Make sure that all the information that's on your website is correct. Make sure all of your links are working. Make sure like your social links are working. Any external link that might go to your scheduler or anything like that, all of them are working properly, because again, Google does come in and checks everyone's website to see where it's at and then gives you a grade, right? So you want to make sure at least you know that you can do that, because you know where all your links are going. Yes. So that's one thing. Secondly, now there is a process which we won't get into today into finding keywords and what's popular. And you can actually Google it and say, how do I find keywords? Okay. And it'll show you, so you can go and Google how to find keywords. But first off, you want to write down like a list of 10.
Okay.
10. And the reason I say 10 is, and probably you're going to bring this down to like 5, right? But you want to list of 10 and just say, hey, I know my service is about this. How would I think people would, look for these keywords? And then you put it into Google and then you could see how it rates, right? Okay. And so anything like, over 100,000 or a million obviously is really popular. Anything under 10,000 is not as popular. So you want to really get those high keywords, right? Okay. And then you're going to start writing some blogs, right, about your business, what you do, or not even blogs too. You can put content onto your website, and you want to make sure that some of those keywords are in your the headers of your website. And you don't have to put it like 50 or 100 times. I'm talking about in each section, it's like one. one time, one or two times
So
in
just
each
kind of
section.
sprinkle it in. Just
Sprinkle it in.
Okay.
And let me tell you how strict Google is.
Oh.
It needs to make sense. Don't just be putting in some keywords and be like,
Yes.
I'm going to put websites and I'm going to put social media. And it makes
Right.
no sense. Like, it literally has to make sense. Because a lot
Right.
of people will like spam their website and put a bunch of keywords and it just be googly glop on there.
Yes.
And Google understands that and it will not. So please make
Google
sure.
is not having it today.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
Google.
That's why a lot of people put it in blog format, because
Okay.
it's a part of their website, it's content, and they're writing about something, right? So you want to make sure that you have all of those keywords in there. And
Wow.
I told Nikki, I said, I'm going to share something really fun with your audience that they can do.
Yes, please
So,
do.
yes, okay. So if you're a service-based business, and I can only speak to service-based businesses because that's how I operate.
Yes.
What I do after I've completed a project, I'll go in and I will send my testimonial form, right? My testimonial form goes right out after we're done with the project. After they've completed, and I give them a template form. So I say, I write in and they could just fill in the blanks, and then I ask them some questions. And I do this for a reason.
Okay.
So when they give me their templated form of their testimonial, what I do is because I use a CRM, and I'm about my systems and processes too, but I use my CRM, and after I get their testimonial back, I'll use the templated response, copy and paste it into an email, and I send it out 2 weeks later, well, maybe a week or two, it just depends. And I send it out 2 weeks later, and I put my Google link for my review. I copy and paste their testimonial response, and I just put in there, I need your help. I would really love if you could please put your review on Google. I already have it here, copied and pasted, and you just click my link, copy and paste it into the Google review. It'll take 5 seconds, and if you could please just leave your review.
That is so smart.
I get all of my Google reviews that way. And that boosts up my, it boosts up how Google trusts me because I'm getting reviews, meaning people are using my service. But I want to make it easy. So I would love a lengthy testimonial just because I can use different pieces and I ask certain questions.
Right.
But I don't make it like, oh gosh, it's a burden. So later on, I email and like, it's already copy and pasted.
It's already here. Yeah.
And the link is here. You just click, copy and paste it, press submit, and that's it. And then most people do it. Most people get it done, and I don't have to worry about it.
I love that idea. I gotta start doing. That's my weekend project. I gotta put that together. I love that idea, and you've made it easy. You took essentially what they wrote. You put it in that email, and then they can copy and paste. I love that. I love that.
They don't have to go looking for my Google review stuff. The link is right there. They just press it, copy and paste it, and it comes later. Like, I'm not trying to burden them with a bunch of stuff. I just thank you for the testimonial. Can you do me just this one thing in a couple weeks? I just need your help. I would really love. And they understand you. If you gave them a great service, they don't mind. As long as it's not like right after and you're asking them to do a lot.
Don't be super thirsty. Like, and then. But, I love that. Yeah, wait a couple weeks, and send them that email. Thanks again. But, I just need one more favor. And then making it super easy for them to copy and paste it in there. Gosh, that is brilliant. I love that. That's a great tip, ladies. That is a great, great tip. I hope you took notes on that. Okay. That is a great tip. Oh gosh, this has been great. I think we can all take these tips and we can immediately start to implement these and doing better with our SEO. Let's get in on that first page. Let's get top 3. Come on, ladies. We can do it. We can do it. But let me tell you, if you want to hire someone, I definitely recommend Amanda. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Amanda, you're awesome. She came on here, and Lord, I can't remember the actual episode number, but if you look up talking about onboarding, your onboarding process and leaving money on the table, make sure matter of fact, I'm going to put that in the description as well, just so that you ladies can take a look at that episode as well. It was some really good information about the onboarding process and creating that experience for your clients. And so SEO fits right into there. Okay, you want more traffic to your website, right? You want to be at the top page on Google. And then once they're there and once they're ready to work with you, you want to make sure they're having a great experience from start to finish. So that is what that episode is about. So make sure you go back and check that. I'm going to put that in the description. Amanda, how can we find you? How can we reach you if a lady wants a consultation? What do we do? Where do we go?
Well, for your ladies, you can reach me directly through my email. It's amanda@socialherobrands.com. Make sure you let me know that Nikki sent you. And what I will do for you is go ahead and give you, you can go through, I'll send you my calendar link, which will have a questionnaire. And I'll go ahead and give your ladies a free website audit. And that is normally $150 to go through and do that. So I am willing to take care of them and do a free website audit, kind of let them know where they could start and what they should do. I don't offer that to everybody, but I want to make sure I take care of you. And Nikki, you always bring me on, and I'm so grateful. So I would be definitely willing to do that for them.
Oh gosh. Wow. Okay. Listen, I'm about to be the first one in line. Because listen, I've seen Amanda's work. Her work is incredible. It's amazing. Ladies, if you want to take part in this audit and getting a free audit from Amanda Mundo, okay? Make sure, I'm going to put that information in the description as well, so you can email her. Make sure you tell her that Nikki sent you, or you can just say Front Burner Tribe, and she will know who that is. Yeah, I definitely want you to take advantage of this, ladies. If you haven't, or if you did your website on your own, or had someone else do it, but you're not quite happy with it, or maybe you are getting that traffic, but you're hitting that brick wall, then yeah, you definitely want to head over, talk to Amanda, get that consultation, and see how you can improve and how you can make everything better. Thank you so much, Amanda. Give us all your social media tags so we can follow you.
Oh, yeah. So if you want to find me on Instagram, that's my jam. I'm always on Instagram. It's Amanda_social hero. Again, that's Amanda_social hero. I'm also on TikTok, y'all.
Oh,
and
yes!
That's Social Hero Brands, at Social Hero Brands on TikTok. And yeah, that's another one. We got to get onto TikTok.
Yes.
And you can find me on Facebook, the same handle, Social Hero Brands. So any of those places. And then my website is socialherobrands.com. So you put in Social Hero Brands, you're going to find me somewhere. So I'm more than happy to be here and help you mompreneurs. We're all in this together because, Lord knows.
Indeed. Oh, gosh. Indeed. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We are going to get our SEO on. We are going to get our SEO together. It's all a part of that whole package, right? Of sending people to your website, making sure they're having a great experience, and building that brand. So, all right, ladies, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Well, ladies, I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you did, make sure you hit that like button on this YouTube video. And if you're listening, I would love to get a review from you. On Apple Podcasts, I'm going to put the link below on this video because you can head over to Apple Podcasts and give me a review. I need those 5 stars. And the more you review it, the more you give me 5 stars, the more Apple Podcasts will share this podcast to other mompreneurs. If you're interested in joining my mailing list, you can head over to nikkywillis.com, click the subscribe button, and put your email in there, and I will send you an email every week. All right, ladies, have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.